The Support Services Committee to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of last month's minutes. Anyone? Motion made by Mr. McDevitt, seconded by Supervisor McDonald. All those in favor? Any corrections or additions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And with that, Amy, it's all yours.
Thank you. This meeting is just for informational purposes. This is the time of year, every year, where we look at the participant assessments, the amount that the participants in the self-insurance plan pay into the plan for next year's workers' comp. I reviewed this with the budget team last week, I think, or the week, I don't know,
I know
recently.
Right.
And they approved an amount of $1,402,500 to be allocated among the plan participants. That's actually down about $2,242 from this current year. The backup shows on the first 4 pages how that lays out for each municipality, and then all of the backup that we use, and finally the formulas on the back page. We did tweak the formula just a bit this year to put a cap on administrative. This was some growing pains because we're doing well with claims. Our claims are going down, our administrators were going up, so what that did is payroll went up, made those that had good claims not receive the benefit that we felt they should. So that was applied. It was a small change. County attorney didn't feel that needed to be part of the local law, so I just put it in the formula that I work with. But what that does is give those that have good claims the benefit of that. So those pages that follow have the data on them as per that formula, and I'm just here to answer any questions that you may have.
What does our self-insurance cover?
Workers' comp.
Just workers' comp.
This is only the workers' comp fund that's not.
Hey, we've done a good job with that.
I'd like to think so.
Do we have any?
I try.
Do we have any really high outstanding claims?
We have some troublesome claims, but I think, we're doing our best to kind of control those. Yeah, I think the program's very healthy right now. It could change today, who knows?
Mr. McDevitt.
Thank you. And just a quick question. I'm sure it's here, but I don't see it immediately. In terms of, say, last year or the year before, in terms of money spent as opposed to money taken in, are we in a normal balance?
We're very close, and that's a good point to bring up. Just as a reminder, I come up with this number in my cloudy crystal ball each year. At the end of the year, if we've got more money than we need or less, we have a contributed reserve, so that offsets it. Don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it was very close last year. Our contributed reserve is healthy, and I do have it here.
That's okay.
Yeah, I do have it. I can...
Sorry to throw you.
Yeah, the bus just ran over me. No. I don't know if I have with me the actual number that it changed last year. I can tell you at the end of 2016, the treasurer breaks this out now. It's not like the old days where it was all in the contributed reserve. In the old days, we would have looked at it as $2.8 million in the reserve. Now it's $1.1 million in the reserve with 600 and some thousand in a payable account for next year's claims, 541,000 in a payable account for years after that claims, and 560,000 in an account for those that are not incurred but not reported. And at the end of last year, we were very close in our budget. I think that was your original question. We've been pretty lucky to budget pretty close.
All in all, we have a reserve of $2.5 million.
Oh, yeah, 2.8, yeah, in the old days of what we knew is our money in the bank. It's just now in 4 different places.
All right, Mr. Leggett?
Amy, can you just, on the first page, run across your different headings here, like administrative payroll base?
Sure. The formula bases now up to 40% on administrative, and then 60% on claims of that total 1.4 million that we need. And then it's broken down in the formula on the back. That administrative base is going to be based on payroll for those that have payroll. And that payroll is going to be actual 2016. It's actual data. That's those that have payroll in the first column. The second column is the administrative volunteer ambulance worker. Now those are based on the calls that they go to, as reported to me by the Sheriff's Department for the year of 2016. You will see some of those ambulance companies have payroll and calls because they have volunteers and paid staff. Okay. The next column is the administrative base for the volunteer firefighters. Those are based on calls, again, as reported by the sheriff. So as those calls go up and down through the years, their administrative base will change a bit. And then the claims allocation is the other 60% of the money that I need to run the plan next year based on their claims for the 8 years prior, 2016 and 7 prior years. That's 60%. 60% claims.
Right.
And those claims have a cap of 50,000. So there's a little bit of a catch there, so nobody goes haywire. That formula was developed in 2014, first applied in 2015 assessment year by a team trying to satisfy my need to have a large claim base, because if you're going to do good with safety, you have less claims, you should get a benefit, but also your need as town supervisor to not have that fluctuate a lot with your tax cap that raises havoc. So that's how that.
Mr. Montesi?
You said 50,000 was the limit. I'm looking at Glens Falls at 229
Per claim.
per claim.
Yeah.
Okay.
A per claim over the 8-year look back. And any of you that want to look at those claims in detail, I can certainly sit down and look at those with you. I didn't provide that here.
Any other questions?
We don't look for an approval at this time. It's an informational only.
Right. So if they have questions along the way, they can always get in touch with you.
Absolutely.
And Queensbury's not part of it.
Correct.
I guess we're good then? That was good, the question you asked, Mr. Leggett, because that way we knew exactly what those... Yeah, that was good. All right, thank you very much, Amy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Enjoy your rainy day.
I'm on vacation.
Oh, well, okay. Good for you.
It's a nice rainy day to be on vacation.
Yeah, that work.
Thanks.
Hey, Mr. Attorney.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. The first thing we have is I'm looking for approval to award bid 3417 to the lowest responsible bidder for abstracts for the county tax foreclosure proceeding. As part of the foreclosure proceeding, we have to determine who has interest in each particular property, and to do that, we contract for abstracts to be prepared on each particular parcel. We have a number of bids. Right now, we are in the process of vetting the bidders and determining whether the lowest mathematical bidder is a responsible bidder. So once we're finished with that process, we'd like to be able to award it to the lowest responsible bidder.
All right, someone like to make that motion? Supervisor McDonald, second by Supervisor Montesi. Any discussion? Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. The next item is a request for ability to purchase a monthly subscription platform for our electronic case management software. As you may recall, we came last year and asked for money for a fix to the case management software we have now. It's a product that's quite old. It was issued as a one-time purchase, and the support for it has fallen off over the years. I guess companies don't do one-time software programs anymore and then support it. They sell you a monthly subscription so that they know that they've got you, and that it's much better supported and it's more frequently updated. This is a successor company to the software program we have now, and in all likelihood it will be far better for us to be able to actually keep up with what they're doing, have the changes that are going to be available, and it'll be much more user-friendly and usable for us. And it will come to $30 a month per subscriber, so $150 a month for up to 5 users, and there's a $788 initial charge for migrating the information over.
Someone like to make that motion?
I'll move that. Part of your budget.
All right, just a second to the motion, and then we'll do, all right, second by Mr. McDevitt. Question now, Mr. Montesi.
Is part of the budget?
Yes.
All right, any other questions? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And the last item, Madam Chair, is I would like to, I've been requested to brief the committee on pending litigation, and I think for a lot of reasons that would be appropriate to do that in executive session.
All right, someone like to make that motion? Supervisor McDonald, second by Supervisor McDevitt. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. And Mr. Leggett made the motion to come back into okay. Does anyone on the committee have anything they'd like to bring up at this time? Anybody in the audience have anything they'd like to bring up? All right, then we're going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. Montesi. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. We'll move on then to